Everyone's been muted.
Recording in progress.
I'd like to call the Zoning Commission regular meeting to order on October 6th, 2022 at 7 p.m. Roll, please. Fisher here. Crew, excused absence. Marzullo.
Here.
Manley. Here. Spellman.
Here.
Engelman.
Here.
Engelman will be here as a voting member, given the absence of Crew. This meeting is being recorded for transcription purposes, and the written minutes and attachments, if any, will serve as the official record of this meeting. On behalf of our virtual audience, we ask the public joining us in person to approach the podium in the event that they would like to speak. They will need to announce their name and address prior to speaking. Additionally, we ask the audience to save personal conversation for after the meeting, as additional voices cause confusion for those attending virtually. All right, our first order of business is the review of the Zoning Commission regular meeting minutes from September 1st, 2022. Has everyone had the opportunity to review them, and are there any suggested edits?
Mr. Chairman, I will recuse myself for the September 1st and August 30th meetings, as I was not a voting member of those meetings.
Okay, thank you. Anything?
I'm sorry, do you want to do August 30th or September 1st?
September 1st.
I should say
September
abstain,
1st.
not recuse.
Thank you. If there are no suggested edits to the regular meeting minutes from September 1st, 2022, I will entertain a motion to approve the Zoning Commission regular meeting minutes from September 1st, 2022.
So moved.
Moved by Spellman,
Second.
seconded by Marzullo. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it. The minutes have been approved. Let's see. Moving on to the Zoning Commission special meeting minutes from August 30th, 2022. Has everyone had the opportunity to review those? And are there any suggested edits to the August 30th special meeting?
Send that to Dave.
If there are no suggested amendments to the August 30th special meeting, I will entertain a motion to approve the Zoning Commission special meeting minutes from August 30th, 2022 as written. Moved by Manley,
Second.
seconded by Spellman. All in favor, say aye.
Yes.
Aye. All opposed? The special meeting minutes have been approved. I'd like to move on to the Zoning Commission special meeting minutes from September 30th, 2022. Has everyone had the opportunity to review those? Mr. Marzullo and Mr. Spellman, will you be abstaining from this vote?
Abstain. Yeah.
Thank you. All right, if there are no other comments, I'll entertain a motion to approve the Zoning Commission special meeting minutes from September 30th, 2022 as written.
So move.
Moved by Engelman. I'll second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? No. Those minutes have been approved. Perfect. We will turn to old business, which is the continuing review of the proposed text and map amendments. The Planning Commission has reviewed a portion of our amendments to date. They reviewed The map amendment as it concerns the change from B2 to B3, that one they approved as written. With respect to the text amendment, they've reviewed the text amendment in its entirety. With respect to that, they found an inconsistency in Chapter 3 with just how we number things, 30 and written out and then parentheses 30. They also comment on subsection 6R1.6. That was a mistake on their end. The first item 1 was actually our A. They moved it in. And so their comment about why we deleted it, we didn't actually delete it there. It was then in 2, it should say accessory buildings, and then the /structures is not there if you look in what we submitted to them. So I spoke to Rob Henwood prior to the Planning Commission meeting, and he noted as such and identified the mistake. So that was really their only comment was those 2 small items, and the only one that we need to work on is Chapter 3, which is a minor change to how we type the number 30. So that one was approved with modifications last night. They did commend us on all the work that we've done so far. I also want to mention the only comment that we received from the Planning Commission last night came from Chris Kalina. And Chris Kalina voiced one consideration first, and that's section 4.15, which is the similar use findings. That's where we suggested the change from the Township Zoning Commission may grant a similar use to the Township Board of Zoning Appeals may grant the use. As it notes, Mike Lyons has reviewed that. I will also say that Brian Richter has reviewed that. I was in communication with him. It's there. No one has a problem with it. Chris Kalina's comment was just be careful passing something to a different group and not controlling it yourselves. And so my comment back was just that when you look at the considerations, they're predominantly Duncan factor considerations. And that's why we had suggested to move to the Board of Zoning Appeals. But that's just something for you to think about as we continue to work on this and as we hear our public hearing, if we do want to continue with the Board of Zoning Appeals or if we want to reverse it back to the Zoning Commission. Outside of that, the only other notation with respect to the amendments are you'll remember the other proposed amendment that we made was the rezoning of the B1 district down by Buzzards Cove. It's 6 parcels total. And we recommended a rezone to an R1 district. For that one, we got a call from Planning Services prior to the Planning Commission meeting, and they requested that we have a public hearing on that first, just so that they have more opportunity to hear comments from those property owners before they provide their assessment on it. So they are going to hear that one at their November meeting. The calendars do align correctly, so we will have their results by our November meeting. So it shouldn't delay us too much. So I told Denise Testa that was fine. We would just delay our consideration of the full set until our November meeting. Any questions on the Planning Commission outcome? Perfect. That's it for old business. Chairman's report. The only thing I want to note, and I did send each of you after the special meeting on September 30th an email just to recap what happened. But the reason that a special meeting was called on September 30th was the public notice that was required for us to have a public hearing at today, October 6th, did not go out timely. So we were not able to have a public hearing on the 6th in order to fit it within the 20 to 40 day window that the ORC requires whenever there's a map or a zoning amendment. We had to have a special meeting to reschedule that public hearing for October the 10th. So the public hearing will now be on October 10th. It will be my recommendation that we'll continue that to November 3rd, which will be aligned with our regular meeting. So we would have a second continuing of the public hearing. November 3rd at 6:30 would be my hope. By that point, we will have the Planning Commission's full report on the remainder of our map amendments, and we can consider what to do after that continuing public hearing.
So they're meeting on the 2nd.
Correct.
That's when they're okay.
So we'll have the staff report a few days before that. The formal vote will take place on the 2nd.
Why didn't the announcement go out? What happened?
Which announcement?
For the special meeting on time.
Why didn't the public notice go
Yeah.
out? It was just oversight.
Okay. So it's not systemic. It was just.
No. It
Okay.
was just an oversight. I'm just glad that it was detected when it was, because we were still able to get the public hearing within the 40-day window. We were still able to have a special meeting to schedule that timely. So thankfully it worked out.
Just out of curiosity, if we had just somehow missed it altogether, do we have to restart the process?
That would be my fear.
Is there a dwell time after you punt it that you have to wait, X number of months before we go through it, or?
I don't think there's like a hold time like it.
Okay.
It's just,
I would imagine that we would have just had to re-vote on it tonight and send it
then
back up.
do it again? Got it.
But thankfully, I didn't have to explore that option because we were able to get everything done. The only other comments I have is that so we have a public hearing currently set for October 10th, 2022 at 6:30 p.m. That public notice has been posted. Given the size of the map amendment, we are not required to send postal mail to each of the property owners involved in the map amendment. However, given the scope of the B1 to R1 rezoning, as we had discussed at the last meeting, I did request that the zoning department do send mail to each one of those, and that has been sent. And in fact, we've started receiving commentary on it. So that was promising. Anything else on that before? No. All right, so we have a public hearing on October 10th, 2022 at 6:30 p.m. Our next regular zoning commission meeting will be on November 3rd, 2022 at 7 p.m. But as I said, more likely than not, we'll continue the public hearing from October 10th, and therefore the regular meeting will just start at the conclusion of the public hearing. That is all that I have. So I will just go through the rest of the board members. Mr. Spellman, anything?
no, I have nothing. Thank you.
Perfect. Mr. Marzullo?
Not right now.
Ms. Engelmann?
Nothing?
Mr. Manley?
Unanimous, nothing.
Love it. There is no other business from us. Trustee Augustine, do you have anything, Mr. Chair? Or
I appreciate
liaison?
you accommodating the issues that we had internally. So thank you.
I appreciate the board being as flexible as they were and being able to get that meeting in, provide the 24 hours notice required for a special meeting, and proceed. So it all worked out well.
I just want to note for the record that Trustee Augustine and Trustee Ashton were both here. because I
Oh,
know that
thank you.
he's not here.
Thank you. And I do not think Ash Swedick is attending virtually, right?
Don't see him, no.
Perfect. All right. Any public comments? No. Perfect. Then I will entertain a motion to adjourn the regular meeting at 7:13 p.m.
So moved.
Moved by Marzullo,
Second?
seconded by Engelmann. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. The meeting is adjourned.
The fastest zoning
Ever.
I've ever been.
So I will say,